everyone, and warm welcome to my channel, where today I want to share what I think is the best Gucci handbag. My one and only Gucci bag. Back in 2015, so already 8 years ago, I picked this particular bag as my first designer handbag. Obviously, I would like to share with you what I think. Was it worth it after all these 8 years? I want to share what fits inside, but also what's the wear and tear of this bag. And a little spoiler alert, I actually think that this is the best Gucci bag out of all that I've ever seen. So let's jump into the review. So if you are wondering what bag it is, let me show it to you. Let's have a look. Tam tam tam. Here is the bag. Its name is Emily, and it is in black leather with gold hardware, and the leather is also in Guccissima print. As you can see here, we have a Horsebit detail. Let me put the dust bag aside, and then I can share with you how to open and close this handbag. It has a nice Horsebit motif here, and it acts like an open and close mechanism, like that. Inside the bag there's one big compartment and some small pockets. The lining is in linen, so it's not in leather, but I personally find it very practical. And then when you close the bag, it's just to slide this part inside. The bag doesn't have any pockets on the back and on the front, so everything is inside. And the hardware, as you can see, it slides through the holes here. It is not a crossbody bag, something to keep in mind, it isn't. But the strap is perfect for having your bag on the shoulder. And this leather detail on the strap helps to feel really comfortable when having the strap on the shoulder. Now, when I was considering what my first designer handbag should be, of course there were several options. I remember I thought first of all about the Chanel classic flap in black caviar leather and gold hardware. And back 8 years ago it didn't cost as much as it costs today. But believe me or not, when I was in a Chanel boutique trying the classic flap out, I realized that it doesn't work for me. It somehow felt irritating how it's open and closed, you know, that buckle that sticks out. I really don't like that kind of closure mechanism. So although it was a really perfect bag to start a collection with, I decided to go for something that I like 100%. And this bag, when I saw it, when I tried it on, I realized that it will work with majority of my outfits. It wouldn't scream any logo, although there is this Guccissima print, but I mean from far away you can't even see it. I think that it has a really great design, and for me as equestrian lover, I really liked that Horsebit detail. Of course, there are several bags from Gucci with this Horsebit motif. There's the famous Gucci Horsebit 1955, which I also find a really classic and timeless handbag, and I remember seeing it in a boutique. But I thought that this one has a little bit of extra touch, and yeah, I decided to go with this one. And honestly, it has served its purpose so well, and it keeps on serving the purpose. This bag I've had all over the world. I've been into events with it, I've been to work, I've been to different kind of occasions and meetings. I never saw any drawbacks of it, really. If we jump to wear and tear, well, it has been used for 8 years. You still cannot see any big scratches, which I think is a benefit of not having that kind of buckle closure as Chanel classic flap. Can you see any scratches? I personally can't. And the overall bag is very structured. It's not a slouchy bag. I think it still kept its shape really well. The hardware, I personally don't see any signs of wear on hardware, even here on the shoulder detail. Just some maybe very minor scratches. And on the back, I think it still looks very good after all these years. And here's a little close-up how the hardware and leather looks like after these 8 years of use. I mean, look at the stitching, look at the hardware the bag was overall. I mean, in airplanes, cars, events, occasions, locations. And do you see any signs of wear? I personally don't. Look at how it looks here. Here you can see just some very minor scratches on the handle. The hardware isn't marked or scratched in any way. And if you look at this part, it's still in amazing condition. So overall, both the lever and the hardware has kept its pristine condition with some very minor signs of wear. But then keep in mind, I'm generally quite a careful person, so I do take care of my handbags, but I don't babysit them ever, really. And this bag, I haven't cleaned it even once in 8 years. But then what fits inside, you may wonder, so let's have a look. If I open the bag and start with some basic necessities like maybe sunnies, a phone, hand cream, a wallet with keys and cards, headphones, a mirror, a little pouch with some lipstick and smaller cosmetics, napkins. You can see that even after putting that many things in, there's still some space for smaller items. So let's close the bag. Here it is. Voila, it's filled. It's not too heavy. It fits perfectly all what I have shared. Of course, if I would like, I could probably fit even a book in it. I'm quite sure that I had the book in this bag several times. I sometimes even had a water bottle. So it depends on the combination of the items that you need that day. But even if there are only a few items that you want to put in, the bag wouldn't become, slouchy. It would still have its shape. And if you need a little bit more items, it wouldn't look very overloaded. And I don't think that it would ever damage the shape. Because this bag is constructed really well. Another thing that I may mention is that stitching and construction of this bag is really amazing. Unlike other bags, like for instance from Yves Saint Laurent or Dior, I saw so many imperfections in stitching, even some of the Chanel bags, seeing which I decided that it's just simply not worth purchasing them. So overall, I think that this is a really great bag. I think that even after another 10 years, it will look great. It will still be classy. Its design is really timeless. It doesn't scream a big logo, so I think it's very discreet bag with some equestrian vibes due to this horsebit motif and very classical, timeless design. The size of it is perfect for a medium flap, but closure mechanism, as I showed you, enables having less wear and tear signs on the closure. So if I should summarize pros and cons, I think there are all possible pros for a classic flap. There's only one thing that may make this bag not suitable for everyone, and that is the strap here. It's not a crossbody. If you are looking for a crossbody handbag, this is not the one. But if you are looking for a perfect shoulder bag, which is timeless and easy to maintain, then I would certainly recommend looking at this beauty. Please share in comments if you have any Gucci bags. What's your experience? I only have this one, so I don't know if all Gucci bags are of this good quality for their price. I think that this one would beat many of more expensive bags if you look at the quality of both how the bag is constructed and what materials are used for it, plus the design. So share in comments if you have other Gucci bags that you would recommend. Also, if you have this bag, do you also have that good opinion about it? And also I'm curious, what was your first designer handbag? When did you buy it? And did you change your mind after some time and started thinking that no, this wasn't a good choice? Or maybe like me, you still remember that moment when you bought it and how glad you became, and maybe you still use it, as I use this one still. And I wouldn't buy any other classic flap instead. as I also try to be a bit minimalist when it comes to number of handbags. I usually have maximum 1 or 2 of the similar color and type of bags. Okay, so that's it for today, and if you enjoyed my video, it's one of the very first videos I post on YouTube, so I would really appreciate your support for my creative experiment here on YouTube by subscribing to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye for now!